We actually had to be closer and trust each other even more because clearly we were beating each other up constantly. Our business in Los Angeles is very difficult because that's the environment I grew up in. So there are so many memories I have of that and those people that are.
Minutes ago, at 60 years old, Melissa Gilbert confessed what many of us feared was true. The Little House on the Prairie star has finally shared the tough truth about her life that no one expected. From the lie about her father's death to the pressure of being famous so young, her story is even more painful than we thought. But there's one new discovery that has completely turned her world upside down. Tune in as we reveal the shocking secret Melissa has kept hidden all these years. One that will change everything. Melissa Gilbert's Hollywood battle. Melissa Gilbert, best known for her role as Laura Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie, has been a well-known figure in Hollywood for many years. Now, at 60, she has opened up about the challenges of growing up in the public eye. In an emotional conversation, she shared the struggles she faced during her early years and the ups and downs of her career. But just as she found peace with her past, a mysterious letter arrived, hinting at secrets that could shake her understanding of her early years in Hollywood. But before diving into her recent reflections, let's take a step back and look at her journey. Born as Melissa Ellen Gilbert on May 8, 1964, in Los Angeles, California, she was adopted by Paul Gilbert, an actor, and Barbara Crane, an actress and dancer. She grew up in the heart of Hollywood. Her biological parents were facing financial struggles and had children from previous marriages. They made the difficult decision to put her up for adoption, and she was adopted just one day after she was born. After her parents split, her mother remarried Harold Abelius, and they had another daughter, Sarah, born on January 29, 1975. Sarah, who later became known as Sarah Gilbert, found success in acting too. Her brother Jonathan also acted, appearing alongside her in Little House on the Prairie. These family changes forecasted some of the struggles she would face later in her relationships. Meanwhile, her early exposure to acting brought unique pressures. While her friends dealt with the usual teenage problems, she was navigating a very different life, full of public attention and demands. Another blow came when her adoptive father passed away in 1976. For years, she was told he had died of a stroke, but she later learned that he had taken his own life. Despite the challenges, she continued to embrace her Jewish heritage, though she never formally converted. But this wasn't the last challenge she would face. Though her personal life was often turbulent, she pushed through to build a successful acting career. While her character on Little House on the Prairie lived an idyllic life, her reality was far more complicated. Her parents' connections in the entertainment industry helped her land early roles, like a commercial for Alpo dog food with Lorne Greene. But her big break came when she won the role of Laura Ingalls after auditioning alongside hundreds of other girls. Her personal and professional worlds were often intertwined, with school friendships influencing her career decisions too. Even though she faced many struggles, she managed to shine in Hollywood, leaving a lasting legacy. But her journey is a reminder that behind the spotlight, life can be far more complex than it appears. Leslie, Michael Landon's daughter, was the first to suggest that she might be perfect for the role. Not long after, her brother Jonathan also joined the show as Willie Olson. Filming started in 1973, and by the next year, the show was on TV, winning over viewers until 1983. Her portrayal of Laura Ingalls really connected with people, as her performance blended innocence, emotion, and strength, showing how naturally talented she was as an actress. This role made her famous, and she became the youngest person to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Although Little House on the Prairie is often seen as her most iconic role, she took on other characters as well. She appeared in telefilms like The Miracle Worker in 1979, The Diary of Anne Frank in 1980, and Splendor in the Grass in 1981, showing she was capable of much more than just playing Laura. She wanted to show her versatility by taking on more mature roles, making sure she wasn't only seen as a former child star. After Little House on the Prairie, she mostly focused on TV, although she also appeared in some films. She carefully chose challenging roles, which highlighted her range as an actress. But this wasn't the toughest part. In the 1990s, she expanded into voice acting, voicing Barbara Gordon, also known as Batgirl, in Batman the Animated Series. This was her first step into animation, adding another layer to her career. She also appeared in the sci-fi series Babylon 5 in 1996 as Anna Sheridan working alongside her husband, Bruce Boxleitner. Her sweet roles were just the beginning. How did Melissa handle the tough changes ahead? Melissa Gilbert's rise through fame, loss, and heartbreak. Even though some projects like Stand by Lights Camera Action, 1992, and Sweet Justice, 1994, didn't perform well, she stayed focused and didn't let those setbacks define her. She remained committed to her craft. In the mid-2000s, she took on a different kind of role, playing Sherry Noble, a character going through reconstructive surgery in the TV drama Nip Tuck. And this role was a big shift from her previous wholesome image and showed she was open to taking on bold and unique characters. But this wasn't the only surprise. Between 2008 and 2009, she returned to her roots by playing Ma in the musical adaptation of Little House on the Prairie. The show premiered in Minneapolis and toured across the U.S., reconnecting her with longtime fans and introducing her to new theater lovers. Her dedication to her career was clear when she joined the 14th season of Dancing with the Stars in 2012. This new adventure, very different from her acting roles, proved that she could connect with audiences in a variety of ways. However, during this time of professional success, she also faced personal challenges. Before she turned 12, her father Paul passed away suddenly. It was a heartbreaking loss for her family and left her without a father during important years in her life. Thankfully, Landon, who played her on-screen father in Little House on the Prairie, stepped in to fill that role in her life. He became more than just a co-star. He was a mentor and a guiding force in both her personal and professional journey. And yet, this wasn't the hardest thing she had to face. Her respect for Landon ran so deep that she named her son after him, reflecting just how much he meant to her. His influence played a huge role in shaping who she became, both as an actress and as a person. Her journey with Little House on the Prairie began when she was just 9 years old, working alongside the well-known Landon. His influence lasted well beyond the show, helping to mold her into the person and actress she is today. Landon wasn't just her on-screen dad. He was also a writer, director, and producer for many episodes of Little House on the Prairie. She remembers how much he supported her during a tough time on set, showing just how patient and caring he was. This really showed the deep bond between them and how important Landon was in her life. One day while working on set, she had trouble remembering her lines. No matter how hard she tried, she kept making the same mistakes again and again. This made her feel frustrated and stressed. Finally, Landon noticed her struggle and decided to stop everything to help her. With patience and understanding, he took charge of the situation and asked everyone to leave the set so she could focus. Even though she felt very embarrassed and upset for not remembering the script, Landon stayed calm and supportive the whole time. He told her they would get through it together and helped her practice until she got the lines right. His help and encouragement gave her the confidence she needed, and after several tries, she finally did it. Grateful for his kindness, she hugged him to thank him, and he smiled, showing how much he believed in her, and gave her some advice to make sure it didn't happen again. The lasting influence of Little House on the Prairie comes from the legacy it built. The show's values reflected Landon's belief in the goodness of people and the idea that everyone deserves a second chance. These themes made the series timeless, and even though Landon sadly passed away from cancer at 54 in 1991, his vision lives on. The show is still a beloved part of TV history, but that wasn't the end of the story. If Landon were still alive today, he would be incredibly proud to see how the show continues to resonate with people. The show, which told the story of a family living a simple life in the 1800s Midwest, won the hearts of viewers all across the country. Even though it depicted a simple way of life, the actors became famous because of it. Many people now find comfort in watching Little House on the Prairie again, especially in these tough times. The show first aired in 1974 during a period of social change, and it brought messages of hope and resilience. Today, viewers still find peace and hope in its themes as they face challenges in their own lives. But this isn't even the worst part. Many episodes of Little House on the Prairie feel especially relevant today, touching on topics like epidemics, isolation, and racial struggles. Landon had a special way of handling these difficult topics with empathy, which still speaks to viewers today, offering valuable insights into the human experience. The show continues to reach people from all generations. During uncertain times, its messages of kindness, community, and perseverance are more important than ever, reminding us of the power of love and hope. However, her real life was far from perfect, filled with personal challenges that didn't match the calm world of Little House on the Prairie. Her personal life was full of intense emotions and difficult relationships, all while she was experiencing success in her career. Her romantic life often made headlines, making things even more complicated. But things got even harder. At just 17 years old, she was linked with famous actors like Rob Lowe and Tom Cruise. These passionate relationships caught the attention of the tabloids, but none of them turned into lasting commitments, which only added to the chaos in her life. Though both she and Rob Lowe had their ups and downs, she still accepted his proposal. However, their happiness didn't last. She found out she was pregnant, and he wasn't supportive of the situation. This caused them to break up, and her heartbreak deepened after she suffered a miscarriage, leading her to turn to alcohol for comfort. As life became harder, Melissa faced her biggest tests. How did she push through marriage, horrifying challenges? In 1988, she tried to move forward by marrying actor and producer Bo Brinkman. They had a son named Dakota Paul Brinkman, bringing joy into their lives. But soon their marriage faced problems, and by 1994, they were divorced. This marked the end of another chapter in her life, one that was filled with both happiness and struggle. Her drinking worsened during this time, straining her relationships even further. Still hoping for love, she married actor Bruce Boxleitner in 1995. They had a son together, Michael, named after Michael Landon, because of his huge impact on her life. Though both she and Rob Lowe had their ups and downs, she still accepted his proposal. However, their happiness didn't last. She found out she was pregnant, and he wasn't supportive of the situation. This caused them to break up, and her heartbreak deepened after she suffered a miscarriage, leading her to turn to alcohol for comfort. As life became harder, Melissa faced her biggest tests. How did she push through marriage, horrifying challenges? In 1988, she tried to move forward by marrying actor and producer Bo Brinkman. They had a son named Dakota Paul Brinkman, bringing joy into their lives. But soon their marriage faced problems, and by 1994, they were divorced. This marked the end of another chapter in her life, one that was filled with both happiness and struggle. Her drinking worsened during this time, straining her relationships even further. Still hoping for love, she married actor Bruce Boxleitner in 1995. They had a son together, Michael, named after Michael Landon, because of his huge impact on her life. As she dealt with her personal life, she continued to work in the entertainment industry. However, the roles she got were no longer in the big shows and movies she was once known for as a child actress. Instead, she became recognized for appearing in made-for-TV movies. This was not exactly what she had hoped for in terms of her career growth. She sought help from a therapist and started attending Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. It was a tough journey, but she showed incredible strength in her decision to fight for a healthier life. In her 2009 book, Prairie Tale, a Memoir, she openly shared her battles with alcoholism. Her honest story helped many others who were going through the same challenges, showing them they weren't alone. She met Timothy Busfield in a bar in 2012, and she was quickly charmed by him. They got married the next year. In an interview with People magazine, Busfield shared that their relationship was built on equality in all aspects. She valued his supportive nature, especially when he told her, "If you don't want to, you don't have to." This was a refreshing change from her earlier experiences in Hollywood. She had two sons, Dakota and Michael, from her marriages to Bo Brinkman and Bruce Boxleitner. Timothy had 3 children of his own, Samuel, Daisy, and Wilson. Despite their pasts, they blended their families and built a life together. But things didn't always go smoothly. After living in Howell, Michigan for 5 years, the couple decided to move to Manhattan's Upper West Side in 2018. By 2019, they were seeking a quieter life and found a fixer-upper house in Highland Lake, New York. The property came with its challenges, like dealing with mice and mold, but they saw its potential and tackled it together. During the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, the couple launched a podcast called Gilbert and Busfield, where they brought some lightheartedness to conversations about entertainment, family, and life during such uncertain times. She was especially happy when her son, Dakota, from her first marriage, got involved in the podcast, strengthening their family connection through this creative project. She had her share of health challenges, going beyond her well-known battle with substance. She faced both physical and emotional hurdles. A particularly tough time was when she was part of the musical version of Little House on the Prairie. She found out, to her shock, that she had been performing with a broken spine for months. Even though she was in a severe pain, she pushed through with her work. This eventually led to a major turning point in her life. On July 22, 2010, she underwent a big spinal surgery to replace a damaged disc and fuse a vertebra. The surgery was a success and greatly changed her health for the better. This shift made her focus on her health more seriously than ever before. During her recovery, she showed remarkable courage and strength. Many people found her journey inspiring, but her health struggles didn't stop there. In January 2015, she made the decision to have her breast implants removed due to growing concerns about how they were affecting her health. As she got older, she had to deal with the physical demands of both her career and personal life. Despite all this, she carried herself with grace. Her body showed signs of the battle she had fought, but she never gave up. Instead of letting her conditions or age hold her back, she took charge of her health. She faced each challenge head-on, always advocating for her well-being. She looked for ways to manage her health, refusing to let any limitations define her. She lived life with energy, openly sharing her experiences, and using her story to highlight the health struggles she faced. She didn't just survive, she thrived, embracing life fully even with the obstacles in her path. Her farm in New York, which she lovingly called the Little House in the Catskills, became a place where she could connect with nature and care for her animals. This peaceful space allowed her to focus on her health and continue her recovery. By opening up about her struggles, she not only faced her own challenges, but also gave hope to others. Her life showed how being open about one's struggles can lead to strength, even in the hardest times. She has shown incredible determination and strength throughout her life. Even with all the challenges she faced, she stays focused on bringing new energy to her acting career and exploring new opportunities beyond just being on screen. After her famous role as Laura Ingalls in Little House on the Prairie, she has been working hard to take on new roles in TV and movies, trying to find her place in the entertainment industry again. But acting isn't her only passion. She has also stepped into the world of production, proving that she has a wide range of talents. By taking on different production projects, she's not only creating opportunities for herself, but also helping other creative people in the industry. This shows just how determined she is to succeed in an industry that's always changing. On top of that, she has ventured into politics. She balances her political work with her career as a producer and director, running her own company called Half Pint Productions. Her ability to take on new challenges, both in her career and in her public life, shows how adaptable and capable she is. But this isn't the only impressive part of her journey. She has also been open about her struggles with addiction and health issues, speaking out on topics that many people shy away from. By being so honest, she's helping to start important conversations about mental and physical health, which is helping others who might be going through similar challenges. Sharing her personal struggles not only makes her more relatable, but also adds to the impact she has on people's lives. She's involved in supporting women who are trying to escape toxic relationships and those who are dealing with addiction issues. Even though she's faced many hardships, she is happy with where she is in life and wants to keep connecting with audiences for years to come. When she looks back at Little House on the Prairie, she realizes how much it meant to people during tough times in America in the 1970s. The show helped many people find comfort during moments like the oil crisis, economic struggles, and the Watergate scandal. While a lot of child stars fade from the spotlight over time, she has stayed relevant because of her strong bond with her audience. Could Melissa Gilbert's journey truly serve as a roadmap for today's child stars? Or is Hollywood destined to repeat its familiar patterns? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts.